Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Real Talk with Michelle. And we have another episode 12 of Small Talk Tuesday. Can you even believe it? I can't believe I've done 12 of anything. So I must really like doing this because consistency is the only way I know I like something. I wanted to start by just kind of touching up on last week's episode where we talked about like finding your tribe and, building new relationships and friendships. And I did that episode during a week where I was actually going to be implementing a lot of the things that I told you. In order to open yourself up to new relationships, you really do have to kind of just throw yourself out there and accept invitations, show up, which is what you would want someone to do for you, is to show up. So, I went to a couple events of events that I was invited to, and one of them earlier in the week we had a full moon to move into Aquarius, and it was a really magical time to definitely get some intentions down, do some rituals, write stuff. But before I could do that, the other back end stuff, I went to an event at a friend of mine. Her name is Paige Brown, and we went to her studio, and guys, it was beautiful. It's just beautiful in there. It's everything you'd want that's just really feminine and beautiful, like flowers and just candles and incense and everything. It was really great. So it was just a small group of women. She wanted to kind of ask us a few questions about what we were kind of feeling like we were missing, having a space where we could congregate and do things like that. So we all got together and we kind of sat down on a carpet and pillows, and we talked to each other just about where we were on our personal spiritual journey and just how we got to exactly that very moment, that very point, which is crazy because everything we do leads us up to a point, and everybody kind of has an awakening of sorts where they kind of wake up and they feel all these things and they're noticing different things, and you don't really have a circle of people where we could talk to each other about that. So it was really great for me in the beginning of my journey just to be able to talk to other women who are on different paths essentially, and just how we can all come together and just really get along and talk and just kind of be there for each other. It's really a circle of beautiful women just tapping into beautiful feminine energy, and it was really, really inspiring, and we laughed and we had the most fun. If you're in the Nashville area and you're interested in doing something with that, you can follow at the Thrive Goddess on Instagram, and again, that's Thrive at the Thrive Goddess, TheThriveGoddess. Sorry if that's too much, but I just don't want to lead you on anything crazy where you can't find it. But make sure to follow Thrive Goddess and kind of get into that. She'll have some things coming up that hopefully we can get some other women into, and I think it's really great. That was a success. Hello. So that was me putting myself out there, meeting new women, being vulnerable, which is really hard for me, just letting down guards and accepting that I'm not in control. Hello, that's an issue. So I've been working through that. So hello, full moon in Aquarius. I don't know if anybody else is feeling that, but it's definitely bringing out things that you might have kept down or issues that you might have kept down. They're coming up. So I've been touching on themes of my own, but that was one thing that I did. I also went to another kind of meetup, and it was a friend of mine named Jessica. And you can follow this page at Work Your Curves. That's WERKYOUCRUVES. So that's on Instagram as well. That's Work Your Curves. And this was just kind of a small discussion about the inclusion of people in color in like workout spaces. Because, I mean, if you go to some of these private studios that are maybe in your town, they're definitely in mine. They're ones that I pick because I live in the city, so they're closer to me than there's a Y right down the street, but I don't find anything interesting about the Y. Sorry, I just don't. It's uninspiring, it's kind of boring, and the one by me is kind of meatheadish, so I don't really go in there. But I do pick like smaller studios that I feel comfortable in, but there's not a lot of Black people in those classes. It's just not. It's not different sizes of people, really. It's kind of one size fits all, and then you're kind of expected to fit into that mold, and that's not what a lot of people are interested in. You just want to feel welcome. This isn't going to be a change that happened overnight. This is a bigger conversation. If you want to be involved in it, just make sure to follow Work Your Curves and talk to Jessica. She'd be happy to include you on some things that she has in the future going on with some smaller studios that's trying to get, people of color in there to be seen and feel included. And I feel like these are wonderful ways to meet women as well, build your tribe, talk to new people, things that you're interested in. And because I'm self-employed, I can move around a little bit more and kind of check out some things and just kind of vibe with different women at different times of day. So these won't always just be, these are just things that you can do. Those are some of the things. But I did want to share that because I wanted to share what was going on and just how I felt like that just popped right into last week's episode. So I'm still going to keep Small Talk Tuesday small. It's just to check in and see how you guys are doing and make sure, you're kind of following up and doing a little bit of the homework. I'd love to know, like, if you guys found something interested in that last episode. The last two episodes, I feel like were really good. They're soul touching to me, so I hope they're touching yours. So I wanted to hop into the tarot real quick before I wrap this up. I pulled the Queen of Cups, and I want you to know when I shuffle the cards, I'm touching them with my hands. So more or less, they're probably picking up on some of my energy, but I just like to share them because it's really good to just kind of share with you guys so you can maybe look it up, maybe see if you've been feeling this kind of way too, because I do ask the guides to kind of make it for a general for everyone, just what we're all collectively possibly feeling right now. But I am still touching them, and I do still have my feelings and emotions wrapped in them. I pulled the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Cups upright is compassionate, caring, emotionally stable, intuitive, in flow. And this comes from Biddy Tarot, so I want to make sure I always say that when I'm kind of picking things off of their website. But on the cards, the Queen's cup is closed. The Queen's thoughts and feelings come from her subconscious mind and deep in her soul. And it's hard for me not to feel this because, again, picking up and doing things, my soul's work, I'm really tapping into this other thought process. But the card is also connected to emotions, but the Queen's not overwhelmed by them. So you're feeling things. The Queen feels things, but the Queen isn't necessarily jumping to conclusions about it. It's just really a controlled reaction. And the Queen's always, this is I feel like I'm talking about myself, but is empathic and can sense the needs of others, which are intuition, highly intuitive, creative, and in flow with the energy. People might come up to you and confide in you regarding emotions and relationships and feelings because they trust that you have a solution. And in your creative life, it's like you feel your way, you trust your heart, your inner guidance will lead you. You're in tune with cycles of the moon, and you use nature to manifest your goals and dreams. And this card is really great to take for homework because you have a whole week to feel through the stuff that's going on. There's going to be some different changes that are going to happen this week regarding energy and moving into Virgo. Hi, Virgos. I am a Virgo rising. I love Virgo season. It's a bit of a control thing. So letting go of a little bit of control is definitely a theme. So I know I was touching these cards and maybe shuffled them a little too long. But I don't really have very much to discuss today. I just wanted to share the tarot card for the day and kind of catch you up on some things that's happening around me. You can follow both those pages and still be included in the conversations if you're anywhere in and around the area. Yeah, I would say let's all roll with the Queen of Cups this week and see what we're intuitively feeling. Let's be in touch with our emotions and let's ebb and flow through the week and just kind of stay on this really smooth, flowy pattern. Don't get too caught up in it because you can live in your head. And I am a personal live in my head. I have one friend that I send a message to whenever I'm starting to go down the spiral of Michelle's brain, which is crazy. I thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you so much for listening. I do look at my numbers sometimes. I try not to get caught up in it too much, but I see you. I really appreciate you, and I love any feedback that you have regarding future episodes or something that you want to know more about. If you'd like to know more about me, which I think if you want to know more about me, go back and listen to the first 2 episodes. And you can kind of see from once I started, but it's another episode of Small Talk Tuesday, and it's Real Talk with Michelle. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you guys Friday. Bye.